Welcome to the Daily Energize Podcast, where you'll get a jolt of energy and a quick tip to help you conquer your day. Now here's your host, the Prince of Positivity himself, Spencer Jones.
Hey Energizer, thank you for hopping in, joining me. If you haven't yet, please press down on that follow, subscribe button. That way you don't miss a single episode of the Daily Energize. The goal of this show, of this podcast, is to help you get energized, right? Help you step into your light and shine bright time and time again, right? Give you a little jolt of energy for your day and a quick tip to help you crush it, to help you live your life to the max. So if you can do me a favor, just hit follow and subscribe. That way you don't miss a single episode. Thank you so much, and thank you to everyone who has already subscribed. I really and truly appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so today's episode, we're kind of continuing that conversation from last episode, from yesterday's episode, all about taking the high road. And today's topic is having those tough conversations, right? Having tough conversations. It's not easy. It's like taking the high road. It's not easy to have them, but wow, the amazing stuff it can do to have those tough conversations. So first, what do I mean by tough conversations? I mean conversations where maybe you're arguing with one another and we just want to sit down, where you have a sit-down conversation. You're not throwing blame or shade. You're just listening to understand and see how you could work this out and work through it and resolve it in some way, shape, or form. But it doesn't have to just be an argument for tough conversations. It could be something that might be hurting you or really private to you, and you want to share with that other person, but it's tough and it's hard and it's difficult. Maybe you're a person who likes to keep things close to your chest and to open it up, it's hard. I get it. That's a tough conversation too. So for me, like when it comes to those kind of conversations, when it's a tough conversation about stuff that I'm opening up about or sharing, I try to make sure I do it with a person who I feel safe with, who I feel comfortable with, who won't use it for blackmail later on or anything like that, but just a person who I truly love and I think will support me in sharing that. So picking who you share that to is a good choice in my opinion, not just share it with everyone and anyone unless you're ready to or want to. But especially for those that you have arguments with or frustration, like it can be tough to have that sit-down conversation because it can get heated real fast. So first of all, if you are having an argument, maybe let it cool for a little bit. See what you can do just to hit the pause button. Let it sit for just a little bit to cool. Each of you can cool your jets a little bit. And then sit down and have a talk, have a conversation. Now, in these conversations, I invite you to do your best not to judge the other person. Right? If someone's opening their heart up to you in this heartfelt conversation and they trust you, try not to judge them. Instead, listen. Listen and try to understand. And in an argument's case, that can be really difficult because maybe you vehemently disagree. Or maybe you only lightly disagree, or you agree with it. I don't know, but just be open. Be open to what they have to say. Be open to understanding where they're coming from with it. I'm not saying you have to agree with it, but try to understand. I get it. It can be difficult. It can be a struggle at times. And maybe your voice, your intonation, the tone you use isn't necessarily the warmest or calmest way possible. But if you can do your best at all right, let's come from a place of love, from my heart or from your heart, and share that with them, that's something, right? It might not be perfect, and that's okay. But at least you're trying to listen, and you do what you need to do. For me, when I'm having these tough conversations, I'm doing my best, and it's hard, it's tricky, as I said, but I'm doing my best to listen, to understand where they're coming from. And if they make a true point, or a point that I agree, let me say it this way, a point that I agree with, because I obviously see it as true, and maybe I agree with them, that makes sense. I personally try to share that. Like, yeah, I agree. Or if I realize I made a mistake, I'll admit that mistake and own up to it and apologize for it. I tried to not let my ego, I did that for too many years. I try not to let my ego take over and be like, oh no, it's my way or the highway. You're wrong 100% of the time. No, like I mess up. I make mistakes. When I see that, let me own up to them and really be, sorry for them and learn and grow from it. Maybe they helped raise my awareness to it. And if other ones that that they're saying that I don't agree with, okay, we could agree to disagree, but at least I can understand where they're coming from. And then you can work to heal whatever it is. But both people have to be willing to engage in a way that's not argumentative. And you could hear the other person's voice go up when they're ready to argue or they're trying to throw daggers. And you still have to be calm, take that high road, be as calm as possible, try not to raise your voice back or get in this argument, because that's not going to solve anything. Having a conversation and getting to the root of the problem, that solves it. And it's not easy, but it is possible, and it's amazing what happens when you do it. Maybe it's an argument you have with a friend, and maybe you end it and you're all good, you're healed up, ready to go again, ready to go and be good friends again. Or maybe it's something you need a break from, and you're like, I need time. You've healed it, or at least you feel like you've closed it, but you need some time to heal. And other times it's like, okay, this is that, but at least hopefully you won't leave as enemies, as people who hate each other or frustrated and mad. When you see them around or you see them on social media, you don't curse their name. Instead you go, okay, cool. Maybe you don't even need to say hi to them, but at least it's not stealing energy away from you. You give that people that choice. You give them that hold over you if they take your energy or not. It's not them. It's on you. So I suggest take the high road. Have those conversations. At least try. So then at least you tried. Try to understand where they're coming from. Share your side of it as well. If they're willing to listen, share your side of it in a calm, loving way. And see what you can do to move forward. It's amazing the friendships and relationships that can save. So, that's my suggestion. Have those tough conversations. Be there for people when they want to share with you and don't judge them. Love them. And choose people who will love you when you share those deep, dark secrets you want to get off your chest. And know that we're always here. I'm here, Katie's here, our Energizer family is here by your side, supporting you. Thank you so much for listening to this. Just know that I appreciate you and you're not alone. All right? I love you. Keep shining bright. And until next time, I'll catch you later.